When people come to you for readings, what do you find is the common thread that they come to you for? Is it to get answers? Is it just to connect? What I don't want to do is do an education thing in regards to how people can do it, but I'm interested in terms of, you've mentioned that you connect through a photo. You've mentioned that you've connected through jewelry as well. So I'm interested in that process, that how you do it broadly, but also what is the main reason why people come to you for psychic readings?
So many different reasons, you
Really?
know.
Okay.
Yeah, so it can be about connection with a family member. It could be how they can be more in control of their abilities, or wanting to work more with spirit, and understanding what that ringing in their ear is. And
Mm,
it's tinnitus, but yes, it could be spirit's frequency of them trying to give you messages or give you clear audience. It could be business advice that people have. It might be they're doing family history and they're trying to track back some family, the family tree, and trying to find out where things go. It could even be about children who see spirit, or that they're having nightmares. So it might be sort of working out how they can help their children. Um, it could be they've got a loved one who's they didn't get to say goodbye to, so they want to be able to say goodbye. And a lot of it's about contact, of course, but a lot of people want to know about career, health, wealth, love. I don't get the lotto numbers, but people people want that. The hardest thing is I find when somebody wants me to tell them how to bring their boyfriend back. Ain't gonna happen. Everyone has free will. If somebody, it's like, but I want him back, but then I see he doesn't want to come back, and we can't control things. And maybe the timings, maybe the time you're meant to be together was that period of time. But sometimes there's times when I see them coming back, and then they do, or they might come to me about fertility. And I'm not a doctor, and I don't ever portray that I am or that I have medical knowledge, but sometimes, I've had a lot of little ones that I've seen in spirit around their mum when I'm talking to them, and I sort of say to them, oh, or otherwise I'll see them pregnant, and I'll actually see the baby in their tummy. Then they'll ring me and say, oh, yes, I'm pregnant now. Or I've had a child. There was one lady I saw. She was gorgeous. She already had 4 children, and the 2 youngest were twins, and she's sitting there, and this little boy kept sitting on the floor, and I usually see them around the age of 2, and he was sitting on the floor and he's playing with some blocks and having a lovely time. And I said, oh, are you thinking of having any more children? She said, no, definitely not. I'm finished. Got, they're getting too old now, and I've got twins are the littlest ones. I said, there's a little boy there. No, no, don't. She said, just look above the lounge. Don't look down there. And 6 weeks later, she rang me and she said, guess what? I'm pregnant. And it was like, ah. Oh. And she said, it's your fault. And I said, you know how he got in there? I had nothing to do with it. And he's about 19 now, so I think it's really funny. And she said, he was just a blessing, a little blessing that, came and chose the family and chose to be with them.
What do you think the biggest misconception about psychic abilities and mediumship is? Because I suppose someone goes, oh, well, they're a psychic or a medium, they're going to be able to bring up Elvis at will, or, whatnot. Like, what is the biggest misconception? Who are you randomly having conversations with?
Yeah, true. Well, it's funny because where my office used to be, I'd see people walking down the street talking to themselves, and I didn't see anybody with them. And I could see dead people, so I don't know if they were on a different frequency or, or what was going on. But I think the difference is with, mediumship, you do see spirit and you can communicate with them. But then clairaudience, you can hear spirit but not see them. And
Mm.
clairvoyance is seeing things, but clairvoyant doesn't necessarily see dead people. They might see symbology, or they might see about your past, present, or your future. And some people are clairsentient, so they might feel it. So people can do readings and they can feel things in themselves, but they don't necessarily see it. But sometimes, you can, with working with your gifts, not everybody, but you can activate them and, get them all working together.